When a door slams, what do you do? Have you ever felt the sharp sting of rejection, like a door slammed shut just as you were reaching for it, leaving you standing there, questioning your worth? Maybe it was a job you poured your heart into, only to get a cold, "we've chosen another candidate" email. Or perhaps a friend ghosted you, their silence louder than any words could be. Maybe it was a dream, a passion project, a bold idea that someone laughed off, making you feel small. Those moments hurt, don't they? They can make you doubt yourself, wonder if you're enough. But what if I told you that rejection isn't the end of your story? What if it's the spark that ignites a comeback bigger than you ever imagined? Today, we're diving deep into a journey inspired by the ancient wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and stoic philosopher who faced his own battles and learned to turn life into stepping stones for greatness. This isn't some fluffy, feel-good pep talk. It's a battle-tested guide to flipping the script on rejection, packed with 13 practical, real-world lessons you can start using right now to transform setbacks into victories. Imagine sitting in your room, replaying that moment someone overlooked you, ignored you, or flat out said you weren't good enough. It's heavy, right? But Marcus Aurelius, scribbling his thoughts by candlelight centuries ago, believed every obstacle hides an opportunity. Rejection isn't a wall. It's a detour, a nudge from the universe pointing you toward a path you might not have seen otherwise. Whether it's a missed opportunity at work, a relationship that fizzled, or a goal that slipped away, those no's can become fuel for growth, resilience, and a life that's unapologetically yours. This journey we're about to take isn't about pretending rejection doesn't hurt. It's about feeling that sting and choosing to rise anyway, stronger and wiser. So, grab a coffee, maybe a notebook, and settle in. We're going to unpack how to make rejection your secret weapon, not your kryptonite. These lessons aren't just theories. They're tools you can apply today, whether you're navigating a tough breakup, a career setback, or just feeling invisible in a crowded world. From staying calm under pressure to proving your worth through action, we'll explore how to turn closed doors into open paths, how to make every no a stepping stone to something greater. Are you ready to rewrite your story? To take those moments that sting and turn them into your superpower? Let's dive in and discover how to harness rejection, stoic style, and build a life that's unbreakable. Here we go. Rejection as a catalyst. Let's dive into the heart of it. Rejection. It hits like a punch to the gut, doesn't it? That sinking feeling when someone ignores you, when a door slams shut on an opportunity, or when you hear a flat-out no, can make you question everything. Your skills, your worth, your place in the world. But what if we've been looking at rejection all wrong? What if it's not a roadblock meant to stop you in your tracks, but a detour guiding you to something even better? Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who doubled as a stoic philosopher, had a way of seeing life's toughest moments as hidden gifts. Picture him in his tent, far from the comforts of Rome, scribbling thoughts by candlelight about staying calm amid chaos. His wisdom, written centuries ago, still cuts through today's noise. Rejection, whether it's a colleague brushing you off, a job you didn't land, or a dream someone dismissed, isn't a sign you're less. It's the universe nudging you toward a different path, one that might just lead to something extraordinary. Think back to a time when rejection stung you hard. Maybe it was a job you poured your soul into, only to get a polite, "We've gone with someone else." Or perhaps a friend stopped returning your calls, leaving you wondering what you did wrong. In the moment, it feels like the end of the road, like you've hit a wall you can't climb. But how many times have you looked back and realized that no was a blessing in disguise? That job you didn't get might have spared you from a toxic workplace where you have been miserable. That friend who ghosted you? Their absence might have opened the door to deeper, truer connections with people who actually get you. The trick is to reframe rejection, not as a stop sign that halts your journey, but as a redirection, a subtle push toward a path you hadn't noticed before. It's like the universe whispering, "Hey, I've got something else in mind for you." Our job is to listen, to lean into that shift and to turn the sting of rejection into fuel for growth. So, how do we make that shift? How do we take something that feels so personal, so painful, and transform it into a catalyst for something greater? Marcus Aurelius would tell us it starts with perspective. He believed every obstacle hides an opportunity, that chaos is just a chance to practice resilience. When someone ignores you at a party, it's not about you being unworthy. It's a moment to choose how you respond, to decide what you're made of. When a missed opportunity leaves you reeling, it's not a verdict on your value. It's an invitation to explore new possibilities. This mindset isn't about ignoring the hurt. It's about feeling it and choosing to move forward anyway. It's about seeing rejection as a teacher, not a tyrant, guiding you toward paths that align with your true potential. Let's get practical. The first step is to stop taking rejection personally. Easier said than done, right? But think about it. Someone's no often says more about them, their priorities, their biases, their own struggles, than it does about you. That interviewer who passed you over might have been under pressure to hire someone with a specific background. That person who didn't text back might be wrestling with their own chaos. By detaching from their actions, you free yourself to focus on what you can control: your response, your effort, your growth. From there, it's about action. Rejection can be a spark, pushing you to hone your skills, seek new connections, or chase a bolder dream. It's the universe's way of saying, "Try this instead." So, let's break it down with real-world strategies, starting with a lesson that is all about owning your power and refusing to let rejection dim your light. Ready to flip the script? Here we go. Ignore the cold shoulder. Let's kick things off with Lesson 1. When someone gives you the cold shoulder, don't just take it, give it right back, but not out of spite. This is about self-respect, about standing tall in the face of indifference. Picture yourself at a lively party, music pumping, conversations buzzing. You approach someone, maybe a colleague or an acquaintance, ready to connect, but they brush you off, acting like you're invisible. Their eyes glaze over, their body turns away, and suddenly you're left standing there, feeling like you don't matter. Your gut might scream, "Win them over, prove you're worth their time." But hold on a second. That urge to chase their approval? It's a trap. Their dismissal isn't your loss, it's theirs. Ignoring those who ignore you isn't petty or vengeful. It's a bold, powerful move that says, "I'm not begging for your attention. I've got better things to do with my life." The secret here is to shift your focus, and I mean really shift it. Instead of stewing over their snub, replaying the moment in your head, or wondering what you did wrong, redirect that energy into what sets your soul on fire. Maybe it's finally cracking open that novel you've been meaning to read, letting the pages pull you into a new world. Or perhaps it's hitting the gym, feeling your strength grow with every rep. Ever wanted to nail that tricky guitar riff or try your hand at painting? Now's the time. Dive into activities that make you feel alive, that remind you of your own spark. This isn't about filling time. It's about filling your life with meaning. Surround yourself with your real tribe, the people who see your value without you having to prove it. Those friends who hype you up, who laugh at your quirks, who show up when it counts, they're the ones who matter. When you pour your energy into these things, something incredible happens. Their indifference starts to feel like a pebble in your shoe, not a boulder on your path. This approach isn't about getting revenge or making them regret their choice. It's not about throwing shade or playing games. It's about reclaiming your time, your energy, your power. When you choose to focus on what lights you up, you rebuilding a life that doesn't hinge on someone else is not of approval. You're saying, "My worth isn't up for debate." And here's the magic. When you live like that, you become unshakable. Their cold shoulder, it just bounces off you, like rain on a windshield. You start to feel a quiet strength, a confidence that doesn't waver because someone couldn't see your shine. Your value doesn't dip just because they missed it. In fact, their oversight becomes a gift. It pushes you to double down on being your best self, to create a world where their opinion is irrelevant. Let's be real. This isn't always easy. That sting of being ignored can linger, tempting you to dwell on it, to question yourself. But every time you choose to turn away from their indifference and toward your own growth, you're training yourself to be resilient. You're building a fortress of self-respect that no one can tear down. Think of it like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. Maybe you start small. Next time someone brushes you off, take a deep breath, smile to yourself, and dive into something you love. Over time, those small choices stack up, turning you into someone who doesn't just survive rejection, but thrives through it. This is power, the kind that comes from knowing you don't need anyone's permission to shine. With that foundation, you're ready to carry this momentum forward, to tackle rejection with a mindset that's rooted in strength and purpose. Let's keep building on that with the next lesson. Stay cool, stay stoic. Let's dive into Lesson 2, pulled straight from the Stoic playbook. When rejection hits, don't let it make you lose your cool. Picture this. You send a text to a friend, pouring your heart out, and they leave you on read. Or maybe you pitch an idea at work and your boss shuts it down without a second glance. That sting of being ignored or dismissed can light a fire in you, tempting you to fire off an angry message, snap back in a meeting, or spiral into a pit of self-doubt, wondering what you did wrong. It's human to feel that urge, to want to react, to make them see you. But here's where Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor with a philosopher's soul, would lean in close and whisper, "Stay calm." Stoicism, his guiding light, isn't about bottling up your emotions until you burst. It's about refusing to let those emotions take the wheel. It's about choosing composure over chaos, even when rejection feels like a personal attack. So, what does staying cool look like in practice? When someone shuts you out, your first instinct might be to let frustration or sadness drive your response. Maybe you're itching to send a "what's your deal" text or to replay the moment in your head, convincing yourself you're not good enough. But Stoicism offers a different path, one that starts with a deep breath. When that sting hits, pause. Don't react. Reflect. Ask yourself, why is this bugging me so much? Here's the spoiler. It's often not the rejection itself that hurts most, but the stories we tell ourselves. Thoughts like, "I'm not good enough," or "they think I'm a nobody," sneak in and amplify the pain. Those aren't facts. They're narratives you can rewrite. By stepping back, you give yourself space to see the situation for what it is. One moment, one person's choice, not a verdict on your worth. Here's how to put this into action. Next time you feel that familiar pang of rejection, don't let your fingers fly to your phone or your voice rise in defense. Instead, take a moment to ground yourself. Maybe grab a notebook and jot down what's swirling in your head: anger, hurt, insecurity. Getting it out on paper can loosen its grip. Or, if writing's not your thing, take a walk, breathe deeply, and let your thoughts settle. The goal is to create a buffer between the rejection and your response, to give yourself clarity. Then, choose how you move forward. If you need to reach out, say to clear the air with a friend, do it with kindness, not desperation. A simple, "hope you're doing okay," with no strings attached, keeps your dignity intact. This isn't about being a doormat or pretending you're unbothered. It's about being the master of your emotions, steering them instead of letting them steer you. When you stay composed, something powerful happens. You're not just handling rejection. You're growing from it. You're training yourself to stay steady in the face of life's curveballs, to find peace that doesn't depend on anyone else's approval. It's like building an inner fortress, one that no snub or no can shake. You're showing the world, and more importantly yourself, that your calm is your strength. Imagine the freedom in that, knowing you don't need someone's validation to feel whole. That's a game changer, a shift that makes you resilient, not just in this moment, but in every challenge life throws your way. Marcus Aurelius would nod approvingly, seeing you embody his call to focus on what you control: your thoughts, your actions, your peace. With this foundation, you're ready to take on the next lesson, carrying that stoic calm like a shield as you navigate the ups and downs of rejection. Let your actions speak. Lesson 4 is where you take the sting of rejection and turn it into a spotlight on your worth, not for the doubters, but for yourself. When rejection lands, like being passed over for a promotion or sidelined in a group project, it can feel like a slap, tempting you to sulk in the shadows or snap back in frustration. But here's the stoic twist. This is your moment to shine, to prove to yourself what you're made of. Imagine you're at work, pouring your heart into your role, only to watch someone else get the nod for a big opportunity. That rejection stings, no question. Instead of brooding over what went wrong or lashing out, channel that raw energy into action. Tackle a side project that showcases your unique skills, maybe a report that highlights your analytical prowess or a creative pitch that turns heads. Volunteer to lead a new initiative, even if it's small, and pour your best into it. Your value doesn't shrink just because someone failed to see it. Their oversight is your cue to glow brighter than ever. This isn't about showing off or proving the naysayers wrong with a dramatic, "look at me" moment. It's about redirecting the pain of rejection into growth, into becoming a version of yourself you're proud of. Think of it like a plot twist in the story of your life. That closed door you're staring at. It's not the end. It's pushing you toward a better one that might align more with who you are and what you're meant to do. Maybe that missed promotion frees you up to pursue a role that truly lights you up, something that taps into your deepest passions. Or maybe being sidelined in a group forces you to step up in ways you hadn't had before, revealing strengths you didn't know you had. Rejection, in this light, isn't a verdict. It's a redirection, a chance to rewrite your narrative with you as the hero. Stoicism, as Marcus Aurelius would remind us, is all about focusing on what you control: your effort, your attitude, your actions. You can't make someone see your worth, but you can make damn sure you see it yourself. So, how do you make this real? Start by reflecting on your strengths. What are you great at? Maybe you're a wizard with numbers, a natural storyteller, or someone who can rally a team under pressure. Take stock of those gifts and ask, how can I lean into these right now? If you're overlooked at work, don't wait for permission to shine. Create your own stage. Maybe you organize a workshop to share your expertise or take on a task everyone else avoids, turning it into a win. Outside of work, it might mean starting a blog to share your ideas, joining a community group where your talents are valued, or learning a new skill that boosts your confidence. Each step you take is a declaration that rejection doesn't define you. Your actions do. It's like planting seeds in a garden. Every effort you put in grows into something stronger, more resilient, more you. When you act with purpose, something shifts. You're not just surviving rejection. You're rewriting the story it tried to tell. You become the hero who rises, not despite the setback, but because of it. Every move you make, every project you nail, every time you show up fully, you're building a narrative where setbacks are setups for comebacks. This isn't about external validation. It's about internal victory, about looking in the mirror and knowing you didn't and let someone else, dim your light. You're crafting a life where rejection is just a plot point, not the climax. With that fire lit, you're ready to take on the next lesson, where we'll explore how setting boundaries can protect your peace and amplify your strength. Let's keep rolling. The power of silence. Lesson 5 is where we flip the script on rejection. Cut off contact. When someone ignores you, your first instinct might be to chase after them, to flood their phone with texts, to call, to try and fix whatever went wrong. It's human nature. You want answers, closure, or just a sign they still care. But here's a bolder, wiser move. Embrace silence. This isn't about playing games, throwing a tantrum, or trying to manipulate them into noticing you. It's about taking back your power, about standing tall and declaring, "I'm not begging for your attention. I've got my own life to live." Silence, in this context, is like hitting the reset button on your soul. It's a deliberate choice to step back, to create space for yourself to refocus on what truly matters. You, your goals, your happiness. It's a stoic strategy, rooted in self-respect, and it's one of the most empowering moves you can make when rejection tries to knock you down. Picture this. You go on a date, and it feels like it went well. Laughter, connection, the whole vibe. But then, radio silence. They don't text back, don't call, don't even acknowledge your follow-up message. Your mind races. Did you say something wrong? Were you not enough? The urge to bombard them with, "Hey, you okay?" or "Did I do something?" can be overwhelming. But instead of giving in, you choose silence. You put down the phone and pick up your life. Maybe you hit the gym, channeling that restless energy into a killer workout. Or you catch up with friends, laughing over dinner and remembering how good it feels to be with people who show up for you. Perhaps you finally start that side hustle you've been dreaming about, pouring your creativity into something that's yours. The silence isn't cold or passive, it's strategic, intentional. It's you saying, "My worth isn't tied to your response. I'm too busy building something amazing to chase you." This approach is about reclaiming your energy and redirecting it where it belongs. When you stop reaching out, you create a quiet space to reflect, to grow, to reconnect with yourself. Ask yourself, why does their silence hurt? What am I hoping to gain by chasing them? Often, it's not about them. It's about the fear of not being enough, a fear you can face and conquer. Use this time to dive into what makes you feel alive. Maybe it's learning a new skill, like photography, capturing the world through your lens, or volunteering at a local charity, where helping others reminds you of your own strength. Surround yourself with people who see your value, who celebrate your quirks and cheer your wins. These moments of growth and connection shrink rejection's shadow, making it feel less like a wound and more like a fleeting moment that doesn't define you. In a world obsessed with instant replies and constant connectivity, choosing silence is bold. It's a statement that you're unshaken, centered, grounded in your own worth. It shows you don't need to scramble for someone's approval to feel whole. This isn't about making them regret ignoring you or sparking their curiosity. Though, let's be honest, your quiet confidence might just do that. The real win is building a life so full, so vibrant that their absence barely registers. You're not waiting for their text. You're too busy writing your own story. Stoicism, as Marcus Aurelius practiced it, is about controlling what you can, your actions, your mindset, and letting go of what you can't, like someone else's response. When you embrace silence, you're embodying that wisdom, turning rejection into an opportunity to strengthen your core. It's empowering, and it sets you up to keep pushing forward with clarity and purpose. Let's carry that strength into the next lesson, where we'll explore how to prove your worth on your own terms. Lesson 6 is a fire starter, the kind of mindset that turns rejection into rocket fuel. Prove them wrong by proving yourself right. When someone doubts you, tells you you're not skilled enough, not creative enough, or just not enough, it can feel like a knife twisting in your chest. Maybe a coworker scoffs at your ideas in a meeting, or a friend implies you'll never follow through on your big dreams. That moment of dismissal stings, and your first instinct might be to argue, to defend yourself, to make them see your worth. But here's the Stoic secret. Don't waste your breath trying to change their mind. Instead, get to work. If they think you can't lead, step up and take charge of a project, pouring every ounce of your energy into crushing it. If they label you as unreliable, show up consistently, day after day, delivering every single time. This isn't about winning their approval or rubbing their face in your success. It's about shattering your own limits, about proving to yourself that you're capable of more than anyone, including you, ever imagined. Imagine this. You're at work, and a coworker overlooks your ideas, dismissing them with a smirk or a quick change of subject. It's tempting to sulk, to let that rejection fester, or to fire back with a sharp comment to defend your pride. But instead, channel that energy into action. Dive into a side project that showcases your creativity, maybe a bold marketing campaign, a sleek design, or a detailed analysis that turns heads. Don't just keep it to yourself. Share it with your network. Post it online. Let your work speak louder than their doubts ever could. The goal here isn't to make that coworker eat their words, though that might happen. It's about building a version of yourself so strong, so undeniable that their skepticism feels like background noise. You're not out to prove them wrong for their sake. You're proving yourself right for your own. Stoicism, as Marcus Aurelius lived it, teaches that the real victory is internal. It's about changing how you see yourself, about rewriting the story you tell in the mirror each morning. So, how do you make this happen? Start by taking stock of your strengths. What are you good at? Maybe you're a problem solver who can untangle complex challenges. Or perhaps you have a knack for storytelling that captivates an audience. Whatever it is, lean into it hard. If someone doubts your ability to innovate, spend your evenings learning a new skill, coding, graphic design, public speaking, and apply it to a project that showcases your growth. If they call you flaky, commit to a goal, like showing up early to every meeting or hitting every deadline for a month, and stick to it with relentless consistency. These actions aren't just about silencing critics, they're about breaking through the ceilings you've placed on yourself. Each step you take, each milestone you hit, builds a foundation of confidence that no one's doubts can shake. It's like forging a sword in a fire. Rejection is the heat, and your effort is the hammer shaping you into something stronger. When you focus on leveling up, something powerful shifts. The world starts to notice, sure, but that's just a bonus. The true win is internal. It is the moment you realize you were capable of more than they thought, more than you thought. You're redefining what right means on your own terms, crafting a life where their doubts are irrelevant. Stoicism reminds us to focus on what we control, our work, our mindset, and let go of what we can't, like others' opinions. By proving yourself right, you're not just surviving rejection. You're using it as fuel to become the best version of yourself. That's the real triumph, the kind that lasts. With that fire burning, you're ready for the next lesson, where we'll explore how to keep your spirit soaring no matter what comes your way. Let's keep pushing forward. Prove yourself, not them. Lesson 6 is a fire starter, the kind of mindset that turns rejection into rocket fuel. Prove them wrong by proving yourself right. When someone doubts you, tells you you're not skilled enough, not creative enough, or just not enough, it can feel like a knife twisting in your chest. Maybe a coworker scoffs at your ideas in a meeting, or a friend implies you'll never follow through on your big dreams. That moment of dismissal stings, and your first instinct might be to argue, to defend yourself, to make them see your worth. But here's the Stoic secret. Don't waste your breath trying to change their mind. Instead, get to work. If they think you can't lead, step up and take charge of a project, pouring every ounce of your energy into crushing it. If they label you as unreliable, show up consistently, day after day, delivering every single time. This isn't about winning their approval or rubbing their face in your success. It's about shattering your own limits, about proving to yourself that you're capable of more than anyone, including you, ever imagined. Imagine this. You're at work, and a coworker overlooks your ideas, dismissing them with a smirk or a quick change of subject. It's tempting to sulk, to let that rejection fester, or to fire back with a sharp comment to defend your pride. But instead, channel that energy into action. Dive into a side project that showcases your creativity, maybe a bold marketing campaign, a sleek design, or a detailed analysis that turns heads. Don't just keep it to yourself. Share it with your network. Post it online. Let your work speak louder than their doubts ever could. The goal here isn't to make that coworker eat their words, though that might happen. It's about building a version of yourself so strong, so undeniable that their skepticism feels like background noise. You're not out to prove them wrong for their sake. You're proving yourself right for your own. Stoicism, as Marcus Aurelius lived it, teaches that the real victory is internal. It's about changing how you see yourself, about rewriting the story you tell in the mirror each morning. So, how do you make this happen? Start by taking stock of your strengths. What are you good at? Maybe you're a problem solver who can untangle complex challenges. Or perhaps you have a knack for storytelling that captivates an audience. Whatever it is, lean into it hard. If someone doubts your ability to innovate, spend your evenings learning a new skill, coding, graphic design, public speaking, and apply it to a project that showcases your growth. If they call you flaky, commit to a goal, like showing up early to every meeting or hitting every deadline for a month, and stick to it with relentless consistency. These actions aren't just about silencing critics, they're about breaking through the ceilings you've placed on yourself. Each step you take, each milestone you hit, builds a foundation of confidence that no one's doubts can shake. It's like forging a sword in a fire. Rejection is the heat, and your effort is the hammer shaping you into something stronger. When you focus on leveling up, something powerful shifts. The world starts to notice, sure, but that's just a bonus. The true win is internal. It is the moment you realize you were capable of more than they thought, more than you thought. You're redefining what right means on your own terms, crafting a life where their doubts are irrelevant. Stoicism reminds us to focus on what we control, our work, our mindset, and let go of what we can't, like others' opinions. By proving yourself right, you're not just surviving rejection. You're using it as fuel to become the best version of yourself. That's the real triumph, the kind that lasts. With that fire burning, you're ready for the next lesson, where we'll explore how to keep your spirit soaring no matter what comes your way. Let's keep pushing forward. Choose joy over gloom. Lesson 7 is a total game changer, a vibrant rebellion against the weight of rejection. When that no hits, don't retreat. Go out and have fun. Sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? But trust me, it's a radical act of defiance that flips the script on how we handle pain. When rejection lands, maybe a job you wanted slips through your fingers, or a friend ghosts you without explanation, it's tempting to hide away, to curl up in your room and let the hurt fester like a storm cloud. Your instinct might be to replay the moment, to drown in questions about what went wrong. But here's where you take control. Instead of letting that pain call the shots, flip that energy and chase joy. Sign up for a dance class and lose yourself in the rhythm. Try a new restaurant, savoring flavors that wake up your senses. Plan a game night with friends where laughter drowns out the sting. This isn't about pretending the rejection didn't hurt. It's about giving that pain a new playground, one where you're in charge, painting your life with color and light. At our core, humans thrive on connection. It's wired into us. So, when rejection tries to dim your spark, lean hard into your tribe, the people who make your world brighter. Call up that friend who never fails to make you laugh until your sides ache, the one who can turn a bad day into a story you'll retell for years. Join a community event, like a local book club or a charity run, where you can meet new faces and share moments that remind you you're not alone. Or, better yet, step out of your comfort zone entirely. Sign up for a pottery workshop, feeling the clay take shape under your hands, or try a stand-up comedy night, where even bombing becomes a badge of courage. These experiences aren't just fun, they're lifelines, building you up, making you more resilient, more alive. Each new adventure, each shared smile, chips away at rejection's power, shrinking it from a towering shadow to a mere blip in your story. It's like shouting to the universe, "You can't dim my light no matter how hard you try." This approach is about more than distraction. It's about reclaiming your energy and redirecting it toward growth. When you choose joy, you're not ignoring the pain of rejection. You're transforming it. You're taking the raw material of hurt and molding it into something beautiful, something that's yours. Think about it. Every time you try something new, you're adding a layer to who you are. That dance class might teach you confidence in your body. That community event might introduce you to a mentor who changes your path. Even a quiet coffee with a friend can remind you of your worth, grounding you in the truth that one person's no doesn't define you. Rejection starts to feel smaller, less like a wall and more like a gentle nudge toward a life that's fuller, richer, more vibrant. It is not about forgetting the no, but about letting it propel you toward a bigger, bolder yes. A yes to new experiences, new connections, new versions of yourself. Living this way takes courage, especially when rejection feels fresh and raw, but every step you take toward joy is a step toward resilience. It's like training a muscle. The more you choose to seek light, the easier it becomes to shake off the dark. You're telling yourself and the world that your happiness doesn't hinge on someone else's approval. It's a stoic act of defiance, rooted in the belief that you control your response to life's challenges. By filling your days with color, you're not just surviving rejection, you're thriving through it, building a life that shines too brightly to be dulled. With that energy pulsing, you're ready for the next lesson, where we'll dive into how to build a presence that commands respect no matter who tries to overlook you. Let's keep the fire burning. Rise above the noise. Lesson 8 is all about building your social status, but not the shallow, flashy kind that's all selfies and clout. This is about the real, grounded kind. The kind that comes from within, making you someone who doesn't need anyone's validation to feel whole. When someone ignores you, it's easy to feel small, like you've been pushed to the sidelines. But Stoicism flips that moment into an opportunity to grow, to become a version of yourself so solid that their oversight feels irrelevant. Marcus Aurelius would say it's not about chasing popularity or applause. It's about climbing your own ladder of self-improvement, step by deliberate step. So, how do you do that? Start by doing things that make you proud of who you are. Hit the gym and feel your strength grow with every lift. Learn a new skill, like coding or cooking, that sparks your curiosity. Volunteer at a local charity, where helping others reminds you of your own impact. These aren't just tasks. They're investments in a stronger, more confident you. The next piece is sharing your journey, but not for likes or followers. This is about connection, about finding people who vibe with your energy. Talk about your passions at a local meetup, whether it's photography, hiking, or startups. Your enthusiasm will draw in those who get you. Post about a project you're proud of, like a painting or a business idea, not to brag, but to inspire. Help someone else achieve their goals, maybe by mentoring a colleague or cheering on a friend's dream. These actions weave you into a community, creating bonds that are real and lasting. It's not about being the loudest voice in the room, shouting for attention. It's about being the most authentic, showing up as yourself and letting that genuineness shine. When you live this way, you build a presence that's magnetic, one that pulls people toward you naturally. Here's the beauty of it. When you focus on growth and giving back, rejection becomes just background noise. That person who ignored you at a party or dismissed your idea. Their snub fades against the vibrant life you're creating. Stoicism teaches us to prioritize what we control, our effort, our integrity, and let go of what we don't, like others' opinions. By building your social status through authentic self-improvement, you're crafting a world where validation comes from within. You're not chasing the spotlight, you're becoming the light. Rejection doesn't define you. It's just a fleeting echo, drowned out by the community and purpose you've built. With that foundation, you're ready for the next lesson, where we'll explore how to handle those who overlook you with grace and strength. Let's keep climbing. Act like they're not there. Lesson 9 is all about keeping your peace when someone ignores you, a quiet but powerful way to protect your energy. When someone acts like you don't exist, maybe they breeze past you at a party or blank you in a group chat, it can sting, tempting you to chase their attention to prove you're worth noticing. But here's the stoic move. Let them. Don't run after their approval or try to force a connection that isn't there. Instead, turn your focus to the people who value you, the ones who light up when you're around. Picture yourself at that party, brushed off by someone who barely acknowledges you. Instead of lingering, seeking their glance, pivot and strike up a conversation with someone else, someone who's genuinely happy to talk, who laughs at your stories and shares their own. This isn't about being rude or petty, it's about respecting your own energy, choosing to invest it where it's welcomed. Sometimes you can't avoid interacting with the person ignoring you, like a coworker you see daily. In those moments, keep it professional, clean, and simple. A quick, "Hey, good to see you," or a polite nod does the job. No need for deep conversations or emotional investment. Save that for relationships that lift you up. This approach isn't about cutting them off coldly, it's about cutting out drama, about refusing to let their indifference pull you into a spiral of doubt or frustration. By staying focused on what matters, your goals, your growth, the people who see your worth, you're showing the world and yourself that their snub doesn't shake you. It's a quiet strength, a subtle but firm declaration. I'm here for what's real, not for your games. You're not wasting energy on one-sided battles. You're choosing to walk away, head high, toward battles worth fighting. This mindset is liberating because it puts you in control. You're not letting someone else's actions dictate your mood or your path. Their indifference becomes irrelevant when you're surrounded by people and pursuits that fuel you. Stoicism teaches us to prioritize what we can control, our responses, our focus, and let go of what we can't, like someone's choice to overlook us. Walking away from those who don't see you isn't defeat. It's a strategic choice to invest in relationships and opportunities that align with your values. It's about building a life where rejection is just a fleeting moment, not a defining one. With this calm resolve, you're ready for the next lesson, where we'll dive into the art of silence and how it can amplify your inner strength. Let's keep moving forward. Silence as strength. Lesson 10. Elevate silence to a whole new level. Give them the silent treatment, but not as a game or a jab. When someone ignores you, Stoicism offers a powerful tool. Use silence not as a weapon to make them squirm, but as a space for your own growth. This isn't about petty retaliation or trying to manipulate a response. It's about turning inward, listening to yourself, and finding clarity in the quiet. When rejection hits, like someone brushing you off or leaving you hanging, that silence becomes a mirror. It lets you reflect. Why does this hurt? What can I learn from it? It's a chance to reconnect with your values, your goals, and the peace that lives at your core, unshaken by someone else's indifference. Picture this. A friend stops replying to your texts, leaving your messages unread for days. Your instinct might be to double text, to call, to push for answers, anything to break the silence. But instead, you choose a different path. You go quiet, not out of anger but out of self-respect. You use that time to journal, spilling your thoughts onto the page to untangle the hurt. Or maybe you meditate, letting your breath guide you back to calm. You might focus on your next big move, starting a new project, planning a trip, or diving into a hobby that lights you up. This silence is active, deliberate. It's you choosing not to react from a place of desperation or frustration. It's a stoic practice of self-control, a way of rising above the petty drama that rejection can spark. Your silence sends a message, not to them, but to yourself. I'm too busy building my life to chase your attention. This approach is about protecting your serenity, about creating a space where you can grow stronger. In a world that demands instant replies and constant connection, choosing silence is bold. It shows you're centered, unshaken by someone's failure to respond. It's not about punishing them or hoping they'll come crawling back. though your quiet confidence might just catch their attention. The real power lies in what this does for you. By stepping back, you're giving yourself room to realign with what matters: your dreams, your values, your peace. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we control, like our responses, and let go of what we don't, like someone else's actions. Your silence becomes a shield, guarding your inner calm while you build a life that's too full to be rattled by rejection. That's the kind of strength that reshapes how you move through the world, grounded and unstoppable. With that resolve, you're ready for the next lesson, where we'll explore how to stand tall in the face of indifference. Let's keep going. Lesson 11 is a powerful call to stand firm. Don't beg for attention. When someone ignores you, the instinct to try harder kicks in. Maybe you want to be louder, funnier, or more impressive to win them over. It's like an itch you're dying to scratch, hoping they'll finally see your worth. But Stoicism, with its timeless wisdom, cuts through that urge with a clear truth. Your worth isn't up for grabs. You don't need to perform like a circus act to earn anyone's approval. Instead, anchor yourself in your own value, rooting yourself in the things that make you, your passions, your work, your dreams. But here's where you pause and choose differently. Keep doing your best work. Polish that project, refine your skills, deliver results that speak for themselves. Connect with others who see your effort, like teammates who value your input or mentors who cheer your growth. Build a life that feels full and vibrant without that colleague's nod. When you stop chasing attention, a quiet shift happens. You start attracting the right people, those who vibe with your energy, who see your light without you having to wave a flag. Rejection in this light becomes a filter, weeding out connections that don't serve you, clearing space for relationships that do. That colleague's dismissal. It's not a verdict on your value. It's a sign they're not your people. By focusing on your passions, whether it's writing, running, or building a business, you create a life that's magnetic, drawing in those who align with your authenticity. This is the Stoic way, grounding yourself in what you control, your effort, your integrity, and letting go of what you don't, like someone's fleeting attention. Living this way takes courage, but it's liberating. You're not bending to fit someone else's mold. You're standing tall in your own. Rejection loses its power when you realize you don't need everyone's applause to feel whole. It is about crafting a life so true to yourself that the absence of one person written notice barely registers. With this inner strength, you're ready for the next lesson, where we'll explore how to balance kindness with boundaries, staying gracious while protecting your peace. Let's keep building that unshakable core. Kindness with limits. Lesson 12 is a masterclass in balancing heart and strength. Be kind, but keep your heart guarded. When someone ignores you, it's easy to swing to extremes, either snapping back with bitterness or overcompensating to win their favor. Stoicism offers a wiser path. Choose kindness, but don't pour your soul into it. If someone brushes you off, don't meet their indifference with spite. Offer a smile, a polite, "How's it going?" But stop there. This isn't about bending over backward to change their mind. It's about staying true to your values while protecting your inner peace. Kindness, in the Stoic view, is a choice you make for yourself, not a debt you owe to someone who doesn't see you. It's a way of living that honors your integrity without leaving you vulnerable. Imagine a coworker who consistently blanks you, passing by without so much as a nod. It stings, and part of you might want to freeze them out or confront them to clear the air. Instead, try this. Greet them warmly the next time you cross paths, maybe with a quick, "Hey, good to see you." Keep it light, breezy, with no expectations of a response. This emotional distance isn't cold or dismissive. It's smart, strategic. It says, "I'm not letting your actions mess with my vibe." You're choosing to act with grace not because they deserve it, but because you do. By keeping interactions surface level, no deep chats, no emotional investment, you shield your heart from unnecessary turmoil. This isn't about building impenetrable walls, it's about drawing clear lines that keep you grounded, allowing you to move through rejection without losing your balance. This balance, kindness without attachment, is pure Stoic wisdom. It's about recognizing what you control, your actions, your attitude. You can't force someone to acknowledge you, and that's okay. Their response doesn't define your worth, your choices do. By offering kindness without expecting anything in return, you're showing the world, and yourself, that you can be compassionate and still stand strong. It's a quiet power, one that lets you navigate rejection with grace, head held high. That coworker's indifference? It becomes a footnote, not a chapter in your story. You're too busy living authentically, pursuing your goals, and connecting with those who value you to let their oversight derail you. Living this way is liberating. It frees you from the need to please everyone, allowing you to stay generous without sacrificing your peace. You're not shutting down your heart. You're protecting it, ensuring it's reserved for relationships and moments that truly matter. This approach embodies Stoic resilience, acting with virtue while staying unshaken by others' actions. It's a testament to your strength, showing you can be kind yet unswayed, open yet grounded. With this mindset, you're ready for the final lesson, where we'll tie everything together and solidify how to turn rejection into a catalyst for growth. Let's keep moving forward. Keep your struggles private. Lesson 13 is the final, powerful piece of this Stoic puzzle. Don't let rejection turn you into an open book. When someone ignores you, the hurt can feel overwhelming, urging you to vent, to spill your pain to anyone who'll listen, or to wear your heart on your sleeve for all to see. It's natural to want to shout about the sting, to post a cryptic story online or call out the person who snubbed you. But Stoicism, with its quiet strength, offers a different path. Keep your composure. This isn't about faking a smile or pretending you're untouched. It's about resilience, about managing your emotions with wisdom. Acknowledge your pain, but do it privately. Pour it into a journal, share it with a trusted friend, or process it in a quiet moment alone. By not broadcasting your struggle, you cheer protecting your inner peace and showing the world that you're bigger than any rejection. Picture this. A friend ditches plans you were excited about, leaving you hanging without so much as a text. The rejection stings, and part of you might want to fire off a public post about flaky friends or confront them in a heated message. Instead, take a breath and choose to carry on. Show up to work with focus, crushing your tasks with the same fire you always bring. Meet your crew for drinks, laughing and sharing stories like nothing's amiss. This steady demeanor isn't a mask to hide your feelings. It's a mirror reflecting your inner strength. You're not denying the hurt. You're processing it on your terms, in private spaces where it can't derail you. By keeping your struggle off the public stage, you're telling yourself and the world that their snub doesn't define you. It's a quiet rebellion, a powerful statement. I'm unshaken and I'm moving forward. This approach is about emotional discipline, a core tenet of Stoicism. It's not about suppressing your feelings or living in denial. It's about choosing where and how to express them. Journaling can be a lifeline. Scribble down the raw edges of your hurt, untangle why it cuts so deep. Talking to a close friend, someone who listens without judgment, can help you find clarity. These private outlets let you feel without falling apart, keeping your focus on what you control, your actions, your attitude, When you live with that same fire, pursuing your goals, connecting with your people, you're showing resilience in action. Rejection becomes just a moment, not a headline in your story. By not airing your pain, you're crafting a life of stability and strength. Your steady presence speaks louder than any outburst could, showing you're above the chaos of rejection. Stoicism teaches us to let our actions, not our wounds, define us. This quiet strength isn't about hiding, it's about rising, grounded in wisdom and purpose. With this final lesson, you're equipped to face rejection not as a setback, but as a catalyst for growth, ready to live boldly and unshaken. Your rejection, your revolution. So, here we are, 13 lessons deep into this journey of turning rejection into something powerful. And what's the big takeaway? Rejection isn't your enemy. It's your teacher, your guide, your spark for transformation. Every no you face, every cold shoulder that stings, every door that slams shut in your face isn't a dead end. It's a chance to grow stronger, wiser, and more authentically you. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who wrestled with his own battles while scribbling stoic wisdom by candlelight, didn't just survive tough times, he thrived by seeing obstacles as opportunities. He'd sit in his tent, reflecting on how to stay calm in chaos, how to turn life's setbacks into stepping stones. And that is exactly what we've been unpacking, a roadmap to not just handle rejection, but to harness it, to let it fuel a life that's unbreakable, unshakable, and undeniably yours. Let's take a moment to reflect on where you're at right now. Maybe you're nursing the sting of a recent rejection, a job you didn't land, a friend who ghosted you, or a dream someone brushed off. That hurt is real, and it's okay to feel it. But these 13 lessons, rooted in stoic grit, are your toolkit to rise above. Whether it's ignoring the haters who don't see your worth, staying cool when emotions threaten to take over, or proving yourself through relentless action, these strategies aren't just about coping with rejection. They're about building a life that thrives in spite of it. Think about the power in that. Every time someone says no, you get to decide what happens next. You can let it dim your light, or you can let it ignite a fire. Stoicism, as Marcus Aurelius lived it, is about choosing the fire, choosing to see every setback as a setup for something greater. Let's rewind through what we've learned, because each lesson is a thread in this tapestry of resilience. We started by reframing rejection as a detour, not a dead end, a nudge from the universe toward a better path. From there, we talked about ignoring the cold shoulder, redirecting your energy to what lights you up instead of chasing approval. Staying calm, stoic style, means not letting rejection drive your emotions, but reflecting before you react. Clearing your mind of rejection's loop lets you dive into growth, filling your life with joy and connection. Proving your worth isn't about showing off. It's about shattering your own limits, becoming someone even you didn't know you could be. Embracing silence, setting boundaries, choosing joy. These are all ways to take back your power, to build a presence that's magnetic and authentic. And through it all, we've seen how kindness, composure, and inner strength let you move through rejection with grace, not bitterness. Now, think about what this means for you. Maybe you're sitting there still smarting from a no that caught you off guard. Maybe it was a colleague who overlooked your idea, a partner who walked away, or a goal that didn't pan out. That moment doesn't define you. Your response does. These lessons are your invitation to start small, to take one step toward flipping rejection on its head. Picture this. The next time someone ignores you, instead of spiraling, you smile, shift your focus, and dive into something that fuels your soul. Maybe it's picking up that guitar you've been meaning to play, signing up for a class that scares you a little, or just calling a friend who always has your back. These small moves, these quiet acts of defiance, add up over time. They turn you into someone who doesn't just survive setbacks but uses them to soar, to build a life that's resilient, vibrant, and true. What's so powerful about this stoic approach is that it's not about external wins, though those will come. It's about the internal victory, the moment you look in the mirror and know you're stronger than the rejection you faced. Marcus Aurelius didn't write his meditations for fame or applause. He wrote them to steady himself, to find clarity in a world full of chaos. You're doing the same when you choose to respond to rejection with grit and grace. You're rewriting your story, not as a victim of no's, but as the hero who turns every closed door into an open path. That's the revolution here. Your rejection becomes your catalyst, your spark for becoming the best version of yourself. It's about living in a way that makes every setback feel like a setup for a comeback, a chance to grow into someone who's unbreakable. But this isn't just about you, it's about the ripple effect. When you live this way, you inspire others. Your friends, your family, even strangers who see your quiet strength, start to wonder how you stay so steady. You become a beacon, showing that rejection doesn't have to break you. It can build you. Maybe you share a story with a coworker about how you turned a no into a new opportunity, or you encourage a friend to keep going after their own setback. Your resilience becomes contagious, spreading the idea that we can all choose how we respond to life's challenges. That's the beauty of Stoicism. It's not just personal growth, it's a way of living that lifts everyone around you. Let's ground this in something real. Think of a rejection you faced recently. Maybe it was a small slight, like someone ignoring your message, or something bigger, like a career goal that fell through. Now, pick one of these lessons. Maybe it's embracing silence or proving yourself through action, and imagine applying it. If someone snubs you, instead of chasing their attention, you go quiet, pouring your energy into a project that excites you. If a door closes, you don't bang on it. You walk toward a new one, trusting it's leading somewhere better. These choices, small as they seem, are the building blocks of a life that's not just resilient, but radiant. They're how you turn rejection into revolution, how you make every no a stepping stone to something greater. All right, let's wrap this up with a challenge, because knowing this stuff is one thing. Living it is where the magic happens. I want you to take one of these 13 lessons. Maybe it's staying calm under pressure, embracing the power of silence, or choosing joy over gloom, and put it into action this week. Try it out, even in a small way. The next time rejection stings, pause, breathe, and pick a strategy that resonates. Maybe you decide to ignore a snub and dive into a hobby that lights you up. Maybe you stay kind but keep your distance from someone who overlooks you. See what happens when you flip rejection on its head, when you treat it as a teacher instead of a tyrant. I promise, even the smallest shift can spark something powerful. Then I want to hear about it. Come back and drop a comment below. Share your story, your wins, even the moments that felt tough. Tell me how you used one of these lessons to turn a no into a stepping stone. If you're feeling inspired but don't know what to say, just type "strength in adversity" to let me know you made it through this journey with me. Your story, your voice, matters. It's what builds this community, what helps others see they're not alone in facing rejection. And if this hit home, if these lessons sparked something in you, give the video a like and hit that subscribe button. It's a small way to spread this stoic wisdom to others who need it, to help more people turn their setbacks into revolutions. Thanks for joining me on this ride. It's been real, unpacking how to take life's toughest moments and make them work for you. Here's to turning every no into a stepping stone, every rejection into a reason to rise. Stay stoic, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next one.